Language is best taught when it is being used to transmit messages, not when it is explicitly taught for conscious learning. This quote highlights the core idea of second language acquisition theory according to its maximum author, Stephen Krashen. Understanding that a second language learners need several linguistically and pedagogically resources like comprehensible input, an open affective filter, letting them communicate with all their means they can, total physical response, among others, will help us teachers to make more effective plans and consequently help our students to develop their second language. But there are some other linguistics and pedagogical aspects to consider about our students, such as selecting the best approach, verifying their learning difficulties, defining our students' learning styles, taking consideration their multiple intelligences and their multiculturality. Taking consideration of all these aspects will promote and help our students to develop their second language in a better way.
Well, continue with explanation about our task. I'm going to explain you about the methodology we use. But first of all, let's take a little look at what methodology is. Methodology is a system of practices and procedures that the teacher uses to teach. It will be based on beliefs about the nature of the language and how it is learned. The communicative language teaching. The main characteristic of the communicative language teaching are real-life situations. The CLT emphasizes to engage the learners in real-life situations in the classroom so that they can understand how to communicate in the real world. Focuses on the students' needs. It gives the importance of the necessity of the learners and attempts to explain it. Errors are allowed. In communicative language teaching, errors are considered as a natural phenomenon. Focuses on fluency. CLT focuses on fluency of learners rather than the accuracy of grammar, and learners acquire their accuracy gradually and naturally. Communication is fundamental. CLT also believes that communication is a fundamental objective of language, and the learners need to develop all the skills of language, such as reading, writing, listening, and speaking. The students' participation. It focuses on the use of techniques which encourage the learners in participating in the natural environment. For instance, group and pair work. Grammar is the second option. In communicative language teaching, grammar is the second option of the learners, and they discover and internalize the grammatical rules and functions by themselves. Uses authentic material. It uses authentic language material so that the students find the similarity between the classroom activities and the real world. Some examples of the activities used in the CLT. We have role play, interviews, group work, information gap, option sharing, and scavenger hunt. Now let's talk a little bit about task-based language teaching. The main characteristics are focuses on the use of authentic language. Students are encouraged to use language creatively and spontaneously through tasks and problems. Focus on learning process. It provides opportunities for learning to focus not only on language but also on the learning process itself. Enhances the learner's own personal experiences as important contribution elements to classroom learning. And TBLT is student centered. Students are the basis of this methodology. Some examples of activities used in the TBT are planning a trip, ordering food in a restaurant, writing a letter, make a reservation, and holding meeting. That's all about my topic. Thank you.
Okay, this work help us as teacher to visualize the strengths and weakness of each student in the different areas, as well as their preferred learning style. With this information, teacher can tailor the teaching methods and activities to better accommodate the needs of each student. Teachers should incorporate intercultural aspects through language teaching process in order to acquire maximum effectiveness of intercultural communicative competence. It is essential to incorporate cognitive, affective, and behavioral patterns of learning English as a foreign language because English has widely been recognized as a medium of intercultural communication. Cultural learning helps the students to discover that there are a multitude of ways of viewing the world. Understanding the relationship between culture and linguistic will help them to develop instructional strategies and pedagogies for learning second languages. Although culture in language learning is not an expandable skill. For achieving through language comprehension, culture and language should be learned together. After all, the more culture concepts the students learn, the more language abilities they gain. Also, the more language the students gain, the more competitiveness they have. For this reason, it can be a good idea to retake the evaluation annually to ensure that teachers are using study methods that best suit the current learning needs. In each learner's styles, there are a great study strategies for all learners. To conclude, we know that learning doesn't come the same for all people, nor in the same way. As we observe in class, we can have different learning strategies. Each student can have more than one style to learn. For this reason, it is important that as teachers we understand their ways of learning in order to optimize their learning. By understanding the importance of learning styles and how each student learns, it will be easier to teach them the paths that easier to achieve, not only a good academic results, but also to achieve that love of knowing the world and acquiring a new language. Okay, thank you very much, and we hope that you enjoyed this work.